Happy August, everybody. I just wanted to share the updates. I decided on August 1st I was going to give myself a reboot. I have put a couple of videos out on this channel just about the energetic and conscious dynamics of keeping our weight down, keeping to a healthy trim tone weight that we want to be. And I'm going to be sharing my journey along the way. I have about 15 pounds I want to permanently release and get, release that energy and instead be the thin, trim, light version of myself. So yesterday I decided I was going to go back using the principles, and I do a modified version of this diet by Dr. Alan Lewis, the principles of why weight around. Another people who also talk about this particular way is 80 bites. And this is such a simple way for me. It's pretty much portion control and mindful eating. So rather, many of us, what we'll do, we will just eat like crazy, right? Just eat like crazy and not even thinking about eating mindfully. We're not thinking about each mouthful of food and chewing it and really enjoying it. So in this book, Dr. Alan Lewis, what he does is he really tries to help people not to have gastric bypass surgery, which is pretty much when they're cutting out a portion of your stomach. They're literally taking some of your stomach, cutting it away, so you have a small little pouch of a stomach that can hardly fit anything in it anymore, and you have to eat small quantities. So his whole philosophy was like, rather than having people go through this dramatic surgery, what if I could actually teach them and train them to eat like somebody who's already had that surgery, right? Who already is trained to eat that way, rather than being forced to do that. So his whole thing was coaching and having that mindset so that you can eat just a small amount of food at each sitting. He talks about something called the hunger stat. And let me describe it kind of like this way. So every time you eat, many times we are mindlessly eating, right? We are just eating chips out of the bag. We're eating on the run, when what have you, rather than focusing wherever you may be on the amount of food, like having a bite, chewing it slowly, really thinking about it before you swallow, and keeping the amount, the volume of food that you're putting in your stomach consistent, so that your stomach gets used to having that volume of food. And when you've had gastric bypass surgery, you literally can only eat a few bites at a time. Your stomach is so small. So he suggests in this book, it's a radical diet. I don't follow it to the T like he does. I know that people who do will get amazing results really quickly, but I would recommend you read that book if you want to follow this so you understand it. I do a modified version of this where I don't let myself eat past a certain number of mouthfuls at each sitting. That way you keep your stomach small. And guys, it works. But the secret, as I said in my other videos, if you watch the other two videos on this channel, it's about changing your consciousness towards food, which is, I know, something which I am in the middle of working on. And I made this channel to help other people like me who want to completely shift their consciousness and start seeing themselves as this thin, slim, trim version of themselves. Hence the channel name, Slim with Susan. So if you want to come and slim with me, you want to subscribe to this channel, I'd greatly appreciate it. So anyway, after just one day of following a modified version of this, I do 20 bites of food a day rather than, he says 5 bites 2 times a day. I do 20 bites. I do a modified version. And to some people that may be like way too little. So read the book for yourself. But it's pretty much portion control and keeping your bites consistent. So you're not like stretching out your stomach, making it go small, stretching out your stomach, making it go small. So that's something that is very important to do. And he talks about the 3-day rule, how after 3 days, if you consistently eat the same amount of food at each sitting, after 3 days, your stomach is going to get used to that volume and you're not going to feel hungry like you used to. But the whole thing is giving yourself enough time rather to, allow your stomach to adjust. So rather than having you're having 40 bites of food at one meal, then a little snack of 5 bites, and then you stretch it out to 50 bites and you're all over the place. Instead, keeping it so you never want to go more than a certain amount of bites per meal, so you're not stretching it out. And then if you get hungry, you know, yes, I understand that some things are going to be more calorie dense than others. But as I said, if you really want to understand it rather than knock it, I encourage you to read this book. He talks all about this from a medical standpoint and about hormones and chemicals and stuff. It's a really great book. And if it's too extreme from you, you can do a modified version of it like I do. But that's something, rather than guessing, you know, how many calories are in food, you, by just monitoring your bites, being mindful, you can easily lose weight. You don't have to track macros, you don't have to do all that. You can easily lose weight. The secret is shifting your mindset and shifting your consciousness so you can stay with this consistently, so you get down to your desired weight and you stay there. All right, so this is what this channel is going to be about. It's my journey on shifting my consciousness to get to the place where I want to be. And if you want to join me on this journey, then I would love to have you along for the ride. But as of now, I'm down 1.2 pounds. Woo! So thanks so much for watching, guys. Again, I'd love to have you along for my journey, and I will see you on the next video. Bye for now.